Hey YouTube, welcome back to Cassandra's Kitchen, where I eat to live and not live to eat. Today I'm going to be making some jalapeno and cheddar waffles, topped with some delicious goodness. And if you want to see what that is, stay tuned and I'll show you. Alright guys, so first off we're going to start off making our waffle mix, and I'm going to be using my white spelt flour, and I'm going to be using 1 cup of flour, and then I'm going to be using 1 cup of cornmeal, yellow cornmeal, okay, and get my top spoon, move this out of the way. Just move all this over so I can have more room. Okay. All right. And then we're gonna need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2. We're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I'm using the pink Himalayan salt. And that's a 1/2. And then we're going to need, for our last dry ingredient, we're going to need a tablespoon, of sugar. And I am out of the Monk crystal sugar, so I'm using Truvia white sugar. Okay, so we have that. That's for the dry ingredients, and I had to put everything out so I don't miss anything. So I'm going to take my little whisk and just kind of get these all mixed together really good. I said wet ingredients, I meant dry. These are all my dry ingredients. And then we'll mix in our wet. But I wanted to get these all mixed together really good. Okay. And then, so what we're going to need next is, I'm using a cup of buttermilk, and the buttermilk is just used, I made my buttermilk using 1 cup of plant-based almond milk and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I've let it sit for about 15 minutes, and it starts to curdle up, so that makes your buttermilk. So we're going to pour this in here. Okay. And then we're going to also need we're going to need a 1/2 stick of butter, and I've used plant-based butter, and I just melted it down. So I'm going to get that poured in here. And then we're going to need 1 egg, and I'm going to use Just Egg, and you can use your flaxseed egg as well, your flax eggs, but I like the Just Eggs. I found these and I really like them. So 1/4 cup equals 1 egg. I'm gonna put my Just Egg in here, and we're gonna stir this together. This is going to just make sure you get all the clumps out. So stir it really, really good. Because you don't want to overbeat your cheese or your peppers, so make sure you just stir it up really good at this point, and then we'll just kind of put in our last 2 ingredients and get them in our waffle iron. Okay. Alrighty, and so next I have a large jalapeno pepper. I've already cut up, diced it up. Get that in there. It has been de-seeded because I don't want it like too hot. So I did take the seeds out. And then we're going to do 1 cup of plant-based cheese. So I have a couple different ones. I'm going to use these up. I have some Simple Truth, which I almost made a cup. And I'm going to mix it with this So Delish. They didn't have the Dia when I went to the store, or the Follow Your Heart, which is two of the ones I used, but they had this So Delish brand, so I'm gonna top it off. And this one actually is mixed. It had a little bit of a mozzarella mixed with the cheddar, which is fine. But I have more cheddar here. Okay. All right. And let me just throw this away. Alrighty, and then we're just gonna go ahead and just mix this in, but I don't want to use this because again, it will stick in my, okay. All right, so this is what I want to do. And if you find that it's, depending on how you like your waffles, if you like them really thick or thin, you can add a little more milk if necessary, but I think this is perfect batter. You can see this is what the consistency of the batter looks like. And if you wanted to just pop these in the oven, you can make muffins, or you can just make your jalapeno and cheddar cornbread. Just put it in a 400-degree oven and you have your cornbread. So, but we're doing ours in the waffle iron. Okay. I have just a little tad bit of milk. I'm going to put just a little bit more, sort of go in my waffle iron, just a little bit more. So this is a 1/4 cup. So look, I have to use that up because it's all gone. So I added about a 1/4 cup more of milk, just so I don't have to keep that in the refrigerator. And it's okay because it was not too thin, and this is not going to thin it out. It's just going to allow it to pour a little bit better, and I don't have to put that little bit of milk back in my refrigerator. So, and I don't like waste. Okay. See, didn't change the consistency very much. Alrighty. So next thing we want to do, we want to make sure we have a hot waffle iron, and we have our butter in here, so you really don't have to grease this a lot, but I just gonna squirt just a little bit of my grapeseed oil, just because. And then I have my ladle, and we want to get our batter in here. And this is a hot iron. I know this is going to rise some, so I don't want to overfill it. Because I don't know why the first waffle I always make, I tend to overfill it and then I have a mess running out. So hopefully I didn't do that this time. And if I did, sorry. Because I do that. Okay. We're going to get this down. And it's ready. We're going to go ahead and flip it over until it's done, and we're gonna see what the waffle looks like. But I'm gonna go ahead also and start on what we're gonna top this with. And I have potatoes cooking, so that's a hint. So I'll come back on and we'll finish up in just a moment. All right, so my iron is ready. Ooh, look at these guys. And it didn't overflow. So these, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I want to give you kind of a little bit of a close-up just to see. This is our cornbread waffles, nice and brown. You can see the jalapenos in there and the cheddar down in there. So we're going to go ahead and make a couple more of these. And another little hint, I got flour and oil, so that means I'm going to be doing something else. So you guys will see. I'm gonna go ahead and finish these, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna be doing with the potatoes, and then I'll also show you what this is for as well. So I'll be right back. All right, so yes, it's time for me to let the cat out of the bag. So we have some potatoes here. I'm going to be making some garlic and buttered potatoes, mashed potatoes, and of course the flour and oil was for my oyster mushrooms, which you guys have seen me make these before. So I didn't want to bore you with making them again, step by step. But yeah, so I have oyster mushrooms. So we're going to top our waffles. Put mashed potatoes, oyster mushroom, and I'm going to show you how to make a quick gravy. So these are almost ready, but we're going to look at getting our potatoes done. So I'm going to go the old-fashioned way and just use my potato masher. Since I don't have very many that I made, I'm using my Earth Balance soy-free butter. So I like buttery mashed potatoes, so I'll probably put about a half a stick in there if I was to measure. I like using my granulated garlic. Quite a bit of that because I like the flavor of the garlic. I'm going to put a tad bit of my salt. And a tad bit of pepper, black pepper. And I'm going to use my milk. And a lot of people like their potatoes differently. Some people like them thick, some people like them thin. So you make them how you like them. But I'm just going to mash these up. Get some good flavor going up in here. And let me get my oyster mushrooms out of the oil because they are ready. This batch is anyway. Nice crispy oyster mushrooms. I double batter mine. I do a wet batter. Then I do a dry batter to get them really good and crispy. And in my wet batter, I put, you know, I season it. I like to have them a little spicy, so I use a little hot sauce in there along with the milk. And I put a little seasoning in there. So that's that. Let's get some more in here. Let's see here. Okay. Usually I use my Fry Daddy, but I'm not making as many oyster mushrooms today, so I didn't want to use that much oil because it takes a lot of oil to fill out my deep fryer. So this is how we're going today. Okay. A couple more here. Those down in there. Okay. Gonna let those go. And back over here to the potatoes. Just make sure they mash down. I'm sure most people know how to make a mashed potato. Quick and easy. But yeah, we're gonna do a topping on our waffles. Now, those waffles made 3 large Belgian waffles with the batter that I made. So depending on how many you want to make, you might even double the recipe. But mine made 3 large Belgian waffles. Let me taste these. These are good. Just simple, easy mashed potatoes. So I am done over here. So what I'll do next is get those oyster mushrooms out of there, and I'm going to show you guys how to make the gravy, and we'll top everything off. Alright, so we're just going to do a quick old-fashioned gravy. I'm using a little bit of grapeseed oil. Some people say you don't like using oil. You don't have to use oil. You can do it without the oil, but I'm just going to put about a tablespoon of oil in here and mix it around. And I'm going to put, because I wanted like an onion gravy, I'm going to put, turn my thing down, a little bit of my dehydrated onions. I'm going to use this as well. Let them go ahead and start browning down in there. And then I'm going to use a few, take that off so my onions won't burn. Now I need the flour, so what I'm going to do is use this flour that I had for my oyster mushrooms, and I'm just going to sift a little bit of it. So you can get fresh flour. I just didn't want to waste it, and so I figured why not sift, but maybe the sifting ain't going to be good. Let me just get some regular flour. My husband's laughing at me. I hate wasting stuff. So I just need a little bit of flour down in there. Probably like 2 or 3 tablespoons of flour for our, okay. And then we're going to mix that down in the oil. And then I have hot water. You want hot water? And I had a little bit of the better than bouillon I'll use about a tablespoon, and I'm going to get the rest out of this jar. Y'all know I hate wasting stuff, so I'm just shaking my water up in here first, just to get that out of there. And then I'm going to pour it in. Pour it in there. And then I'll pour the rest of my water in. Just a little bit at a time. And you want to just mix. And you want to be quick with this because that flour is going to thicken up. So you're just going to keep mixing. And some people like their gravy thick. Some people like it a little thin. I like mine meaty in between. So you just let it cook. And you got that little dehydrated onions down in there. It'll be like an onion gravy. And this was the garlic base. The Better Than Bouillon garlic base. So it'll go great with the onions. And this just should get on top of our potatoes. So this was 2 cups of water. And that's probably plenty for our gravy because it's still thickening. And you want to make sure your oil, your burner's up so it'll go ahead and continue to thicken. A lot of people may call it a roux. But that's all you do there. So still working on my mushrooms here. I want to get these out in just a second. They're about crispy. It takes a little long on top of the stove than it does if you're on a fryer, because you know your heat fluctuates. But look at this, guys. These are so, this is going to be so good. Okay. You just move this over out of the way. I try to be transparent and show y'all everything I do in the kitchen on some videos. So, but look at the gravy. And it's going to have flavor. The only thing I'm going to add to it is just a little pepper. Because it's going to already have seasoning from the Better Than Bouillon. I just want to give it a little peppery taste as well. And that's all we're going to need to add for our gravy. And I want to give it a little taste here. Just to make sure it tastes good. Let me get a spoon. Okay. Blow because I don't want to burn my tongue. And it's got flavor. Bursting with flavor. So if you like your gravy thicker than that, of course, you add more flour. If you like it thinner than that, you add more water. But this is perfect for me, for my gravy consistency. And that's how you make a really quick, easy gravy. And again, we just put the dehydrated onions down there just to give it a little bit more, you know, just add a little something to it. But that's all you do. So my mushrooms are done. My potatoes are ready. So what we're going to do next, we're just going to go over there and we're going to plate so you guys can see what these jalapeno and cheddar waffles look like. So come on over and we'll show you the taste test. All right, guys, so we are done. That was so easy, right? No time at all. Simple, easy, but going to be a delicious meal. You can do it for a brunch, or you can even do it for dinner, whichever you decide. But here are our Belgian waffles. Again, we made 3 large Belgian waffles with inserts of 4. We have our creamy mashed potatoes, buttery garlic mashed potatoes, our extra crispy oyster mushroom with a hint of spice because we did put in our wet batter some hot sauce and a little pepper. And then we have our quick and easy gravy. So I'm going to go ahead and start plating up so you guys can see what it tastes like. And we're going to let our one and only Mr. Coleman.
Yes.
Can I have your assistance, please?
Yes, you may.
All right, can you come on
My
over here?
favorite time.
Your favorite time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have you come on over here.
Okay.
I'm just going to make one up.
Okay.
And then we're going to just do them with some mashed potatoes. Put our mashed potatoes on top.
Boy, it looks good already.
I know. And then we're going to toss it with a couple of oyster mushrooms. right? And then to top it off, we're going to use some of our gravy. It's going to come out of both ends. I'm trying to make this look presentable and took it out of the pot. That's not a gravy thing. Y'all know that, right? Yeah, y'all knew that. So, I'm going to quit trying to be cute. And I'm going to take the gravy and I'll put it on there. How about that? Like, girl, that's your tea thing. Why are you tripping? I know. I need to get me a gravy dish. Okay. Now, y'all know I always make a mess in Cassandra's kitchen. So I'm going to clean this up. And I want to let you guys see it.
Almost the mushrooms are good. Woo.
Hold on, baby.
Good and crispy.
Okay. I just want to give them a presentation up close. Okay? All right. You got to come over here and make sure I'm facing the camera because, you know, sometimes you be like, go up higher.
Yeah.
Can they see it?
Okay. There you go.
This is the presentation, guys. Isn't that fun? It's fun. I love cooking. I love having fun in the kitchen. So these are our jalapeno and cheddar waffles, cornbread waffles, with our mashed potatoes and oyster mushrooms, crispy oyster mushrooms. So let's see what you think. I'm wondering, I want you to really taste the waffle first. Because you was a little, oh, no, no waffles.
I'm going to taste it right now.
You gonna tell me
Here we go, y'all.
That's just the waffle and a little potato.
Oh, yeah. The jalapeno flavor is in there. You can taste that. The little cornbread taste, I can taste that. I mean, I never had a, a waffle cornbread, But this right here, y'all, good God Almighty, y'all. It's really good.
Okay, now get on down in there and get you some of that substance.
Yeah, I am going to eat one of these mushrooms.
You gonna put the whole thing in your mouth?
Mm-hmm.
He don't be playing.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's feeling better because he eating now.
You said get down in it.
Get down in it, baby. Get down in it.
Mm-hmm.
I need your...
Y'all, I'm telling y'all. Y'all not going to be disappointed. I just want to keep eating.
And it's just me and him in the house, so y'all already know. But this is going to go down. He's ready to have a feast in here. He's about ready to go down. Okay, stop eating. Okay, I guess I should taste it.
Yeah.
Well, I should, right? Because sometimes I'll be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have did this, or maybe I should.
It is really, really good. Really, really good with that gravy. Oh, my God. The gravy is good, too, also, y'all, she made.
And it's just quick and easy gravy. And I'm always different with my
Really
gravy.
good.
I never stick to one particular recipe. It just depends on how I feel. Sometimes I put red peppers and onions, and I'll do just...
That was pretty good.
Just today, I just wanted the dehydrated onions.
Yeah.
So.
That's really good. I love it. Put some more gravy on there.
More gravy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Really good, y'all.
You see how easy it was to make those cornbread waffles? Easy stuff. Make gravy,
right
easy stuff. Here. You don't even have to have the oyster mushrooms.
No.
You can have the potatoes and just that and some gravy. You're good to go. You know, they're talking about food shortages, which I have a Cassandra's tips ready for you guys to watch, because I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about that. For people who eat clean, what you can do, what you can store. All right. So,
telling y'all. Off the chain.
All right. So, guys, here you have it.
I actually like chicken and waffles. What it tastes like.
It's not chicken.
I know it's not chicken, but
I know, but it's those mock. It gives you that gives you that what you used to have, right?
Yeah.
So there you have it. So if you try my jalapeno and cheddar cornbread waffles, and you may want to top them with a little mashed potato and an oyster mushroom and a little bit of gravy. If you try it like this and you like it, let me know, and you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. And of course, share this recipe.
You guys.
And if you haven't already subscribed to Cassandra's Kitchen,
subscribe.
What are you waiting on? So guys, again, from Cassandra's Kitchen to yours, we love you guys. We thank you for tuning in with us and hanging in. I thank you for all my faithful subscribers. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. And I thank all of you guys again for praying for me and my husband.
Yes.
We're getting our strength back. So thank you. And so until next time, y'all be blessed.
Y'all be blessed, y'all. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.